Men's 100 is where I wanted to start. We've talked about that event a lot this year. It's a very exciting event. And this thing is going to waste no time getting going because we've talked about the heat of death before. There's a very clear heat of death in the men's 100. It's heat one, where you have Bowling, Jones, Mackay Williams, Fanbele, Sumler, Manu, Harrison, and Cunningham. Now, top two plus the next three fastest times advance. So there's a possibility that a good number of guys advance out of that heat. But just in general, what do you think of the heats, and what do you think of this men's 100-meter event?
Yeah, I mean, this is the ultimate death heat. You could argue that the top three best, no, there's, you could say three of the best four are in
Yeah,
this first heat. And I believe the favorite, Williams from Oregon, is in the seat. I think Fambula is always the wild card with his ability to have slow starts but ultimately kick. I do
yeah,
think Fambula is
kick.
not that good in the 100
Love the
compared to
word
what he'll
kick.
be in the 200. But
Hmm.
Williams, who's the favorite, or one of the favorites with Favor Ash, Bowling, who is always going to be in the mix, and Jones, who, you know, remember when he ran that
10-0.
crazy 60 back in January? That's a
Hmm.
crazy four of Bowling, Jones, Williams, and Fambula. Only two get the auto. What if it's into a headwind and then all of a sudden you're having one of these big names not even make a
Hmm.
final because they weren't in
Yeah.
a better conditioned heat?
Hmm. Well, even some of those other guys are capable of making a final. When you look at like Manu
True.
and Harrison, those are real good runners. Yeah, Heat two, um, not as strong just in terms of star power. Heat three is going to have Favor Ash in it. I mean, the contrast you're going to see in Heat one is going to be very interesting between Williams, who's an amazing starter, and Fonbele, who's an amazing closer, and it could end up coming down to that in the final. I think obviously Ash is going to factor in there in the final as well. Maybe Mackay Harris of Texas, who's going to be in that same third heat with him in the opening round. But I didn't see anything at regionals that changed my opinion. Obviously, Mackay Williams has been in running real well. I think he's going to get the win in this event. What do you think? Do you have a top
Yeah,
three?
I mean, right now I have Favor Ash as the favorite. My
Mhm.
personal pick is I think Williams will win. He's on his home track. He's sleeping in his own bed. He hasn't really had to go anywhere. This guy's gonna be sleeping in his own bed from Pac-12s to NCAAs to USAs to Worlds if he makes the World Team. So I think that's a big advantage. Favor Ash though should be the one to challenge, in my opinion. The guys won 19-7, albeit when dated. Not 19-7, 9-7, albeit when dated. I think it's gonna be between Ash and Williams, and then I think Williams prevails. I do think there's other like Masanganwi, the Fambulas, the Bowlings, the the Stanford kid. I don't know how to say his last name. How do you say his Stanford kid's last name?
Um, Let me get it in front of me. Adoti uh, Onwuzurike.
Onwuz
Onwuzurike. Yeah,
Onwuzurike.
seated at 10:03.
So he's pretty good. But at
Yeah,
the end
he's
of the day,
really good run.
Williams has been running consistently, and I think we might see something special. What's the collegiate record?
That's Coleman, right?
Coleman, yeah, 982. That, in my opinion, is in jeopardy. If it's
Mhm.
good conditions, I do think Williams can run 981, which would be pretty incredible.
All right, let's move on to the women's 200. Another one of the events to watch, and we've
Favorite event?
we've got our favorite